Canon PowerShot V1 has just been delivered. Let's unbox it and then I'll compare this camera with a couple of other cameras and see how portable this camera is and how easy it is to carry on a daily basis. A lot of packaging inside. Let's take this out. This is the box for the camera. I bought it directly from canon.co.uk. So let's unbox it. Nothing special. Warranty card, the paperwork. Let's put this on side. And there is a camera inside. Okay, as I can tell, it feels slightly larger than I expected. Okay, let's put this inside. Let's see what else we got. So we got a battery and what this is. So other than battery, what is that's a wind muff or dead cat, whatever you want to call it. And what's in this one? Here is a this is quite nice. This is your the camera strap. So what else is in there? That's pretty much it. So let's put these ones. Let me just take the battery out as well. I think this is the same battery they use in Canon R8 and other smaller cameras. Okay, the first thing that I've just spotted as I've unboxed the camera is the tripod mount. That's very close to the battery compartment. So the SD card and battery goes here. I've just got a small tripod. So if I install the tripod, no, you definitely cannot open the battery compartment then. So that's one drawback. I don't know why did they design it like this. They could have easily moved the tripod thread further on the side. So when it comes to the build quality, I would say it doesn't feel like very high quality product, but at the same time it does not feel very cheap. So to me, I think it justifies the build quality, justifies the price of the camera. When it comes to the buttons, it's very minimalistic. So you have a zoom in and out button here, plus the shutter button, video record button, and then you got an on off switch here. This is your microphone. What I've seen online so far from the other reviewers, the microphone quality is quite good, definitely better than the scratch microphones you get on even the top end mirrorless cameras. So the microphone is quite good. And then you can also install your wind muff or dead cat, whatever you want to call it here. So it covers the microphone. So when it comes to the other buttons, you got obviously your dial selector. It's quite tactile, so that's quite nice. And then you got a video and a photo mode switcher, so you can use this one to switch quickly. This one is a rotatable dial, and then also you can press it for the different functions. There's a separate in the middle button which says set, or when you choose any setting you want to set it, you can press that, and it doubles up as a Q menu. So when you are on the main screen, you press this one, it takes you to the Canon's Q menu, which is the quick menu, and then you can also the dial, you can also do that. So they have cramped quite a lot of function in this dial, buttons, whatever you want to call it, is quite a lot of functions here. So mainly it comes with one dial. I haven't checked it, but I hope you can customize it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There is no button at the front, as you can see, and you get the ring which you can double up when you want to focus manually. I think this is the ring. It is a smooth ring, it's no clicks. On this side there is a fan, and I think these are the fan intakes, and it just takes the cool air from the top and moves the warm air away from the camera from this side. So that's pretty much it. I'm not really happy with this thread. As I mentioned, that even the smallest tripod, you install it here and you cannot open the door. So let's put the battery in and see if it has any juice in it. Okay, there you go. So let's power on the camera. Okay, the first thing which is kind of very impressive, it powers on very quickly. Quickly going to go through the specs. It can record full downsampled 5.7K downsample 4K video up to 30 frames per second, and then there is 1.4 times crop if you want to record 60p, 50 or 60p. Does do the slow motion, but it's only 1080p up to 120 frames per second. It has a 1.4 inch sensor, so that's quite a bit larger compared to the Sony ZV line, because those cameras have a 1 inch sensor, and 1.4 inch sensor is almost the size of Micro Four Third. So when it comes to the lens is a 16 to 50 mm full frame equivalent. Obviously the f-stops, I would have liked it if it was 1.8 to 2.8, but unfortunately we have f2.8 to f4.5. At 16 mm it is f2.8. You zoom in more, the f-stops, they go down, so it's get darker. That's another thing that it's a bit concerning, that all through the zoom range it is not a constant f-stop. So the f-stop does change, and this means you get more you zoom in, you get less light into the camera, and you have to compensate that reduction of light either through increasing the ISO or your shutter speed. That's the only way you can compensate that. No filter thread on this lens, so you cannot install any other type of filters. Like, it does have internal NDs, so that's a good thing, but it's only 3-stop internal NDs. And if it's very bright and you need to bring the light down, then only way to compensate is to increase your shutter speed, because obviously ISO has the limit, and sometimes even at 100 ISO the scene is still too bright, and to reduce the light coming into the camera you have to use either the f-stop or your shutter speed. So that's one thing, that you cannot install any kind of filter on it. Okay, the camera which I really wanted to compare this new V1 is with Fujifilm. Now if you have a look at that, the Fujifilm is obviously slightly taller, roughly a centimeter taller, slightly wider, slightly taller, and also I think it is roughly 80-90 grams heavier compared to the V1. When it comes to build quality, obviously the Fuji is a more pleasing camera when it comes to the aesthetics, dials, tons of dials everywhere. You can operate this camera without touching the screen ever. On this camera the lens retract into the body. This one lens stays like that. So even X100VI is slightly thinner on the body, but the overall thickness of this camera is quite a bit more. And then the next thing that I really like about V1, even though I've just unboxed it, is the grip. This one you definitely have to buy some kind of third-party accessory so you can hold this camera properly. You got here, you got a place, you can see here, you got a place to put your thumb, and then here this finger goes right up here in the grip, as you can see here, and that's how I've got large hands, so obviously it's a lot of space for me at the bottom. I can't rest my pinky anywhere, but still, because of these 2 points, this and this, it's very comfortable, and you can securely hold the camera without any problems. So this is the R8 with the 50mm lens, 1.8 installed, f1.8 installed on this camera. So you can see the size difference between these 3 cameras. I most likely will be using this camera because of the flexibility and the autofocus capabilities when it comes to the video. Is exactly for the type of videos which I'm shooting now. Like the overhead, the first thing is very easy to mount because of the lightweight of this camera. When it comes to portability, both of these cameras you can easily put in your trousers pocket or the jacket pocket. Not skinny jeans. Definitely skinny jeans, only you can put your phone in your skinny jeans pocket, not these cameras. This one is a bit of struggle even in the jacket pocket, or if you're wearing a slightly baggy trouser. This is a bit of a struggle even with a smaller lens like this f 1.8 50mm lens. So let's see how do they do when it comes to the bags. So the smallest bag I have is this 3-liter Peak design. So if I put the Fujifilm in this bag, the best way is not to place them in a bag this way. It's better to put them sideways, because then they are more protective in the bag. I think you can put one divider here and you can have phone, water bottle, so they're kind of very similar. Yeah, definitely you get more space in your bag when you have this Canon V1. So comes to the R8. Yeah, the R8 is a problem. You can see the bag, even with the smallest lens, unless you take the lens off and put the lens on the side of the camera, then it's kind of a bit more portable. You can obviously close the zip and everything, but if you bump against something really hard, then it can damage your camera. So as you can see, because the width here is not exactly the same as the width of the camera with the lens attached. So that's the I think for this type of camera you need to go for the 6-liter sling or any other type of bag. But what about if we don't go for these camera bags, just a regular sling? So as I mentioned, R8 is definitely no, it's not safe. You can obviously carry it, but it's not going to be secure. Very nice, easily you can do it. By the way, this one is Bellroy 9-liter sling, and I really love it. This is the one bag that I have used the most. Compared to these Peak design, I have 6-liter one as well. I have the older 5-liter one as well. And this 3-liter, I barely use these bags because the amount of things you can put in the bag and you compare to the overall size of this bag, not very good. But compared to this one, now this is almost the size of 6-liter, but it can hold, or you can put a lot more stuff in this compared to the Peak design bags. So here I can easily have 4 or 5 of these cameras securely in them. So when it comes to portability, I think both of these cameras, they're portable, but V1 is definitely more portable because of the lens design, the way it goes inside the body when you're not using it, and the overall slightly less in height compared to the Fujifilm and slightly less wide. So what are my first impression about this camera? I think I'm quite pleased with the size of the camera, the way the LCD screen is looking. I've just turned it on for like 5-10 seconds, but the way it was bright, crisp, quite like it. The things I'm not happy about is the tripod mount. Other than that, I think it will take a bit of time to get used to of these dials, but the best way I think to control this camera or operate this camera is from the LCD screen, the way you do use your mobile phone. The picture quality, video quality, obviously I can give you a better idea when I use this. My plan is to compare this camera with Fujifilm X100VI with an iPhone, with a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, because that's a main competitor of this camera. I will be comparing this camera with all the cameras I have mentioned, and we'll see how good this is. Or you don't need to buy it, you can do everything what you can do on this camera just by using your iPhone. Please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, any particular thing you want me to check on this camera or test on this camera, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to do those tests. So that's it for this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye bye.